Hello Virgos, welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. So happy to have you all here with me today. Happy holidays, happy Sagittarius season, happy soon to be Capricorn season. You got poppers already. We are here to do your December tarot love reading. We're going to say it's mid-ish December into mid-January, so into the new year. Happy early new year to you all. As always, guys, these are general messages that I'm doing here on YouTube. So come into this with an open heart and an open mind. Sometimes messages will resonate now as you're watching this, or in a few hours, a few weeks, even a few months. If that's the case, take it and run with it. If not, excuse me, you can release anything that doesn't feel familiar. If it feels like foreign or strange or unusual, if it doesn't fit your story, it's probably a message for someone else, okay? So yeah, use your highest intuition to separate the messages that are helpful to you, that guide you in some way, and to drop and release the rest. Drop it like it's hot, I say, if you don't need it. Everything else is written in the description box below. That includes the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. Like, share, subscribe where you can, including on this video. That helps me a lot. And also thank you for the returning subscribers. I finally hit 1,000 subs, which is a really big deal for me. So Christmas came early for this girl. So yeah, thank you so much for those who've been on this journey with me thus far, and welcome to the newbies as well as the cross watchers. So Virgo in love, December into January, Virgo in love. If you don't currently have a person, this could also represent someone coming in. It could be someone from your past, or it may not be romantic love. For some of you, this could be a parent-child dynamic, a sibling relationship, something like that. I will only read what the messages present here, but it's up to you to discern how they relate to you in your life, Virgo. But you're good at that. You're very good at the analysis, my Virgos out there. All right, we'll take one more card for Virgo in love. For Virgo in love. Virgo in love, Virgo in love. That one wants to come out. Goodness, you have a lot of cards, Virgo. All right, cool. So we are going to start you off with one of these oracle cards. What needs to be said to Virgo in love for, December into January, into 2020. Oh my goodness. Virgo. All right, happy. I love this one. It's exactly what it looks like, right? It's unlocking the door to your happiness, and just, oh, it's so lighthearted and beautiful. Just going where the wind takes you, right? With optimism and joy. I'm going to read what the book says to you just because it sums it up in a really beautiful way. So 26, let's see. The number 26 might mean something to someone out there. Maybe that's someone's age. So happy in love, relationship messages. There are moments in a relationship when you just feel good about whom you're with, and what you know in your heart is wide open. To befriend, to love, and to care for another without wanting anything in return. This is the kind of happy that you want to share. The appearance of this card in a reading tells you that joy and contentment are here now, not somewhere else or off in the future. The grass is greenest right now where you stand. Be grateful and delightful in your relationships, and if you're seeking one, be happy now. Happiness attracts more of itself, like bees to honey. Okay, so appreciating where you are in this very moment, right? Realizing that you hold the power. You have the key now, right? All right, cool message, Virgo. Let's hop into your tarot reading. So your energy is presenting as the Four of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. All right. I love the depiction. I'm sorry the lighting is so weird. I may have to move my light. It's a little shadowy, but... So Four of Wands is stable foundations. It can sometimes be a card of celebrations, sometimes weddings. It is sometimes the soulmate card. Looking for that person who reflects your ideals, your values, your ability to give and receive love. Looking for the perfect soulmate. And also the Page of Pentacles. Potentially there's another earth sign that you want to build with, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Someone that you can make magic with. And with Pentacles, it's the idea of building blocks, bricks in the pathway through, as we go through our spiritual path. So yeah, this could potentially be a messenger of some sort of solid offer. And what I'm sort of getting is, you may have made an offer to someone and either they sat on it or they didn't jump back and return the offer immediately. But it's almost like they're concocting something in the background that's going to really impact you. Or I do sense that like even if you guys aren't together, there is some sort of like shining light that's coming your way from this person. And I do want to say I'm reading for love, so it could potentially be in the form of some sort of love offer. But it's different than you would anticipate it coming in. And I know that's a really broad message, but it's either the delivery of the message, or maybe literally when this person shows up, or the way they communicate it to you. It's different than you anticipated, but it's actually really beautiful. I think you're going to be really like satisfied and happy with it. And yeah, for some of you, it might, for some, not everyone, it might be like an engagement ring or something like that. Six of Wands. Yeah, it's a card of victory, of celebration, of freedom, of liberation, of pride, of courage, of glory. It's a card of Leo. So you do have double wand energy here. And this is all technically presenting in your spread here. Something about maybe like a mirrored soul, or it could be like a twin flame. But there's a victory in the connection you share with this person. And even something, if it's not something about the opposite of what you're anticipating, or the opposite of the person you thought you'd end up with, there's something about this person that's very different. And it could even be your elemental suit. Like it could be like fire and water. It could be something like that. Now, granted, you're an earth sign, so I don't know if you have a very strong presence of like, I do want to say maybe a fire in your chart, and this person is more of like a receptive water sign. So it doesn't have to be that, but I think you understand what I'm saying. There's something different about the way you go about things, and yet you are mirrored souls. You are a great reflection of one another. It could be like sun and moon vibes, something like that. Maybe you have very prominent Leo in your chart, and you know they have very prominent Cancer or something like that. And actually, because that word came out the way it did, they may have had battles or obstacles with their health. That's not going to be for everyone. I'm not predicting it. But if you have a person in mind that you love very dearly, and there was a reason why you were separated, they maybe had to go and fight some sort of battle, whatever that means. And it could have been a battle with illness. And it doesn't have to be like, you know, life-threatening. But yeah, there could have been something there that while you were at a distance, the bond between you grew even stronger. But yeah, there's going to be victory and celebration and you two coming together. Potentially in Capricorn season. So that's going to be end of December to early January. Yeah. In terms of the time frame maybe. Or some sort of connection, or with pages, they're messengers. So some sort of message or communication in January. That's sort of what I'm picking up there. But yeah, your energy, it feels very, very excited, very youthful, very, yeah, something about conjuring of magic. It feels very optimistic. And I mean, it feels like this, quite frankly. All these cards, actually, that's a really good metaphor. With the page, it's youthful, it's free, it's beautiful, it's colorful. There's this idea of like concocting this like magic element in your life, your love, your heart space. It feels very joyful. And as this card had mentioned, it's appreciating the here and the now. It's seeing beauty even in times of darkness, right? It's really cool energy, Virgo. All right, let's look at your person. Your person is presenting as Queen of Wands. She's come out quite a bit for me in these readings. So card of Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. You did have some strong fire vibes going on. So the work hard, play hard queen. She's very charismatic, beautiful. She enters the room and just commands the attention of everyone watching, right? Frequently like, you know, model, actress, this, that, male or female, whatever, right? But also the witch of the deck. There's something very magical about the Queen of Wands. Her elemental suit is literally the wand, right? We think of a magic wand. And that's what I was getting with this too. It's like she is, I don't even know how you want to phrase it. Manifesting, but that's not really the word I'm looking for. Like conjuring up, or, oh, there's a word. I don't know. It's just not coming to me. But she is creating something out of nowhere, and it's coming to you. That's why I kept saying there's something unexpected. And male or female, I'm saying she simply because it's presenting as a queen, but you know, however that resonates for you. I mean, this could represent, like, you know, a family member too. It could represent your mother if your mother's is like an Aries or something like that, right? So your person, the underlying energy, wow, is the Emperor. So major fire vibes. Double Aries energy here. As well as the Eight of Pentacles. So major work being done. Yeah. This person is very business savvy or has a very strong work ethic. Again, as we were saying, work hard, play hard. They've been working a lot. And for some of you, as I said, there was something that maybe you weren't together. And maybe this was the reason why. Maybe they had to really put in the extra hours at work. Or maybe they were going back to school and getting some sort of degree. But the underlying energy for their passion, for their hard work is like major Emperor vibes. And the Emperor, you know, builds the empire. So very like financially savvy. And they may have come into some sort of sum of money. That's not going to be for everyone, but maybe they inherited some sort of money or they got a raise or a bonus. It could just be like a Christmas bonus, right? Very intricate weaving of the web, right? With that spider showing there. And this person thinks long-term. They don't, it's interesting. They don't think short-term success, and that's funny because your card is presenting as, let's focus on just here and now. Your person is projecting very, very far into the future, which isn't a bad thing because, I mean, they have their eyes on the prize, but it would make sense that if they're not quite in your life now, or if they are, but they're not completely, you know, devoted or committed to this, it's because, yeah, they're doing a lot of, like, side hustle work, stuff on the side, and I'm not necessarily saying it's, like, third-party stuff, but, yeah, like, they're sitting on a lot of power, a lot of energy, and it is coming up more in like the career sense. This person is very like driven by their financial successes, by their stability, and ultimately, you know, getting ahead, progressing their, you know, their contributions to society or in the workforce or something like that. But what I'm getting for you, Virgo, is like you just want to play. And I mean, you certainly have that aspect to you as well, right? Especially if this person is like a mirrored soul. So if this sounds familiar and you're resonating with this, yeah, that makes sense. So in that case, maybe this would be a really good pairing. What's between you? Interesting. Nine of Swords. All right. And the Hermit. You miss this person. So some of you are not with them. Sorry, guys, 1 second. My throat is so scratchy. Yeah, some of you are not with this person, and what's keeping you up at night is the idea of, when do I get to see them? Are they my person? Are we ever going to be together? Will I get to build a future with them? There may have been a decision to put this relationship on pause or on a break. I'll clarify. I'm not sensing huge hostility here. I'm getting a couple messages. I do sense a little bit of remorse and regret. Now, this is what's between you, so this may speak about someone who maybe like ducked out of a relationship and feels guilty about it, or somebody who decided they need to spend time on themselves, work on themselves. But there is an element of sorrow, of worry. With the Nine of Swords, it's, you know, our thoughts keeping us awake at night, a sort of like a mental prison. It can also be like depression or anxiety. For a lot of you with the Hermit mode, this is your card, right? Soul searching, but something about it is you want to go on adventures with this person. That's sort of what I'm getting. It's like you have your own torch, you have your own lantern, and there's something to the effect of, this is so great, but it would be even greater if I had the love of my life doing this with me. And yeah, there is like a shadow of sadness, of sorrow here. Yeah, there may have been a split in the relationship or something like with interference. I think I said the same thing to Leo, especially if your person is like overworked, or again, their energy and time is being put into something else. You may feel single even if you're not. So Strength and the High Priestess. And I just said Leo too, so some of you might be dealing with a Leo or a Cancer. Yeah, there's a longing to be with this person. Something about the physical touch is what you miss, because I don't think you're with them. But there's silence. There's a lack of communication there. Or again, even if for most of you it doesn't feel like you're together, but if you are, there's like a lack of warmth that you so desire. It's like this turtle is trying to stay warm in his shell because the heat source is like above. It's not within, if that makes sense. With the High Priestess, it does talk about being open to channeling messages from a higher power, from a higher source, from God, but it's silent communication. So it can also be the idea of secrets. And for a lot of you, it's not saying what needs to be said. And that might be just that I miss you. I want to be with you. I want to touch you. I want to wake up in your arms. It's something like that. Most of this feels very sweet, but it's like, I think a lot of you are feeling like in general, right? This isn't going to be for everyone. My life is pretty good, but I'm missing my person. Like that's the last like key that's going to unlock this door. And I think that's this door of happiness. I think that's why this card is coming up, is because there's a need for you to find joy in what you have sitting right in front of you now, because you may be putting all your eggs in one basket of this is my person and life is going to be great when they're there. You know, when they come back from school, or when they come back from, I don't know, maybe they're fighting overseas, or I don't know what the situation would be, but you're at a distance and you miss them. Maybe you're not together. Maybe there was a split. There's a need for you to be strong on your own and find joy and happiness individually. Again, soul searching, going down that path alone for a bit. There's a greater reason for it. And it may be to build up your own strength and confidence, and to shed light on some things that you've been blind to. There's something about learning about yourself. There's internal knowledge and progress to be made here, but it's something like you couldn't do it with this person at this time. So it's almost like universe stepped in to, again, like press pause, push pause. And it doesn't seem like it has to be forever, but your person does seem like they do have a lot to focus on, right? This isn't for everyone, but your person may be in some sort of job where there's an element of celebrity, the demand for being in the public eye, and so they have like a very strict routine that they have to adhere to. And yeah, so for you, it's like you watch them make magic. Maybe you watch them on TV. I don't know, maybe they're a news anchor or something like that. And you long to be with them, and you desire them and love them and adore them and appreciate them. But there's something about they roam free. They're a free spirit. They're very, so like wildfire. It might be a fire sign you're dealing with, Virgo. You're seeing them achieve a lot of success potentially, but you may be putting all your eggs in one basket, and that like you're focusing all your energy, attention into what could be with them versus what's in your life right now. And again, appreciating the moment, living in the moment, appreciating what you have now. And because you have a couple images that are mirror reflections, this might be teaching you a lesson about what you're putting out into the world. So the universe will only match what you're putting out, right? We frequently say that in tarot. So if you have this lack mentality of I'm good, but I'm better with them, there's something about the universe, like the universe sort of responds based on the cues you give them. So if it's like, I'm lonely, I'm better with this person, it's like they're like, all right, well, I don't really know what to do with that, right? Like I'm not being eloquent with this, but there's a lack mentality in you needing to thrive because of another person. It all sort of needs to come back to self. You need to love yourself enough and appreciate the joy in your life just as is, right? Individually, before universe is going to like usher in someone else to make it that much better. It's teaching you to love yourself is really the message that's coming through here. Love yourself as is, without anyone else. It's asking you to find balance, as well as, I will say, a focus on spirituality. That's coming through here with the High Priestess and the Hermit. I mean, ultimately, your card is what's in between the two of you. So if this is what's between you or what needs to focus on to get this relationship to thrive, you got to focus on you. You got to do the internal work. If the Nine of Swords comes up, it does talk about some unhealthy thoughts, negative self-talk, doubts, again, anxiety, fear, depression. There's a healthy way of coping with this and sort of getting it up and out. So again, it's like you can fly free again. There's some very heavy thoughts that have been weighing you down. There needs to be like a healthy way of potentially expressing it to your partner, right? If you've been keeping silent this whole time, extending like love and warmth and ultimately like shedding light on the situation that you or someone has been kept in the dark on. That's going to allow this relationship to thrive. The 2 and the 6 make 8. That's also, the card of Leo's strength. You're being called to have strength here. Excuse me. What does Virgo, or what card can we put between Virgo and their person? Definitely might be dealing with an Aries, very possible. Or a Leo or a Sag for that matter. Great cards. You got retreat and passion. It's time to disconnect from the world, and that fell right over your card. Soul searching, an individual journey, self-knowledge, right? Self-growth. And passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. I'm going to say, she doesn't look like she's singing with joy, right? There's something you're holding back on. There's something you're refraining from, or you have incredible restraint, Virgo, but something needs to come up and out. It's like you're trying to hold a bunch of balloons that just want to be released and fly. That's kind of a metaphor here. And with the Strength card, I also see it as sometimes this desire to contain what is natural to us as a human being, as like our animal instincts it's like you're trying to domesticate a lion when the lion just wants to roam free in the jungle. And that might be a metaphor of what you're trying to do to your person. And I know that sounds a little bit harsh. I just have to deliver the message coming through. Be careful you are not manipulating or trying to control somebody. Again, the idea of like trying to trap a butterfly, it's meant to roam free. So in that, if you love something, set it free. And if it's meant to come back to you, it will. And understandably, that's giving you tremendous anxiety. But I mean, you're meant to go down a path so that you can learn some very important lessons and information. There's passion here. There absolutely is. That's what came out between the two of you. But again, it's like there's this, I want to say the universe pushed pause so that you could do a little bit of internal work on yourself and you can be like the best possible counterpart or the best possible partner for potentially this person or someone else who's going to come into your life, so that your energy can match theirs, right? So that you're the lady boss, you're the queen of fire, or the boss, right? Whatever, male or female, it doesn't matter. Yeah, something about this person, they have a lot going on and like networking, lots of people. They're surrounded by crowds, and it's like your guidance is actually to do the opposite. It's like go down the path less traveled, the road less traveled. Go take a vacation on your own by yourself, because it has to do with connecting not just to like earth and nature, but also to your energy and to source, to spirit. Meditate, right? I mean, whatever your spiritual background is, spend some time in that and trying to connect to greater power, because there's messages trying to be delivered to you, but it's like you're so focused on either your person or just kind of being in a state of lack or depression or anxiety that you're missing out on some important messages. And I always say when the 8 or 9 of Swords comes up, that's always an indication that someone is suffering from some unhealthy thoughts. So if you're relating to that, if that's the case and you're feeling really trapped and stuck and need help, that's a great time to reach out to like a therapist or a counselor, right? That would indicate you're having some really heavy thoughts that are, you know, to the point where you can't get out of bed in the morning. If that resonates with you at all, I highly recommend, you know, speaking about those truths, those emotions, because there's a healthy way to cope with that, right? You don't have to suffer in silence. And ooh, that might be indicating what's going on here, okay? So just be very careful. Seek help and counseling where you need it. That's really important. All right, so let's see what your advice or guidance is. Actually, hold on. I'm going to throw one of these on there for you. You need to treat yourself. Do like a spa day or go to the movies by yourself and then take yourself out to lunch. Something about enjoying the moment and like taking yourself out on a date, as cheesy as that is. There's something about that. Queen of Cups, yeah. The mother of love, the queen of love. Treat yourself, right? That's what that is. Extending your cup, but it's like this, I don't know, it's something about this divine feminine energy. It's like the mother Cancerian. It's something about like wrapping yourself in your angel wings. I know, cheesy metaphors, guys, I'm sorry. But that's what's coming up. It's loving yourself. Loving yourself the way a mother loves their child, right? In a higher vibration, right? I know that's not true for every Virgo out there, but yeah, and something about coming out of your shell too. That's what this time alone is trying to teach you, to take more risks and to be more confident. The Queen of Cups is a card of Cancer, also Scorpio and Pisces, but because it's presented as a turtle here, your card coming out of your shell, because it's almost like this person is so used to being in the spotlight, they do all the talking for you. They do all the decision making in the relationship. They're very dominant. And this is asking you to step up and kind of fight for yourself, to be strong and have courage to speak up, right? The Queen of Cups and yeah, the Six of Wands, a victory. You have the same card twice, actually, don't you? Where is it? Oh no, you have the 5. Breaking free from the conflict, there's victory in that. Another card of Leo too. You have really strong Leo vibes. I don't know if that's strong in your chart. There's victory in loving yourself and something about individually like flying free on your own. It's a lesson, it's a journey that you need to go through. Living in the now, loving yourself, finding joy in the ordinary. It's almost like you've been finding joy and magic and fulfillment in other people, but you haven't turned the mirror back your way to like see that you're on the other side of there's like a yin to the yang, there's A and B. It's something about like there's fascination with this person you've put on a pedestal, but are you looking back and recognizing like your own strength and beauty and glory and love, right? That's important here. And with Wands, it is about action and forward movement, especially in Sagittarius season. It's no longer the time to just think about this and be kind of like trampled or drowned in our thoughts and our feelings. It's about taking steps and actions that like motivate us forward to go after what it is that we really want. All right, so what is your advice or guidance here? The 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, so sometimes this is the card of teamwork, but for you, Virgo, this is about aligning your mind, body, and spirit. It's about internal work. And with Earth energy, you know, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, it's about the body. It's about getting your body right. Again, mind, body, spirit, and love, right? Your heart space. You have the Sun. Yeah, absolutely. More card of Leos. And you have the 8 of Swords. Yeah, okay. So getting out of this mental trap, this mental prison of unhealthy thoughts that in metaphor, it feels like they're killing you. Something is weighing so heavily on your mind and in your thoughts. It's keeping you up at night. It's not allowing you any sort of clarity or peace, right? It's understanding what this is. And again, finding healthy ways to illuminate what's been holding you back so that you can make your way out of this, right? So that you can feel free again and not be a prisoner of your thoughts, of these negative communications. Maybe you're surrounded by people who aren't saying nice or supportive things to you. Again, going off and finding beauty in the world and what makes your heart sing, right? What calls out to you? there could be for some a really unbalanced power dynamic in this relationship. And if it's not romantic, it may have to do with like a father figure, especially with the Emperor card coming up, someone who has very dominant energy over you. But yes, someone who, again, like they bogart the mic, like they kind of steal the show. They kind of, yeah, they're dominant over your energy. And again, spirit is kind of pushing pause on this so that you can come into your own and come into your power. And I will say there may be something about their energy. If this is romantic, there's something about it that it's like sexually attractive to you for them to be the very dominant one in a relationship. But overall, it's not healthy long term. So I'm not saying that you have to throw in the towel on this or whatever, but it's almost asking you to retreat from each other just for the time being so that you can learn about yourselves, so you can gain your own strength and confidence back. And yeah, it's like a victory in love when you choose to focus on the self. Because, I mean, ultimately, this is a card of chaos and conflict, of competition, right? Set yourself free from that. There's definitely some sort of thoughts that's like eating away at you. Yeah, it's time to focus on self, mind, body, spirit. Go to the church of love, right? Church of spirituality. There's going to be important lessons in your journey, individually, solely, that shed some really important light. You're going to see things in a new way. And the reason being, you kept yourself in the dark for so long with these unhealthy thoughts. You started to actually believe that they were true. And they're not. That's the thing about these cards. They're false beliefs, right? They're killing us. They're crushing our spirit. They're not allowing us to align with our heart space and be in light, right? In love. It's keeping yourself in the dark. Bring yourself into the light, right? Again, action, motivation. Force yourself outside into nature to be with family, to be with whoever you love, right? Whoever inspires you. But ultimately, it's your light. It's going to come from within, and look, it's going to burst into I was going to say into flames, but that has a bad connotation. But like, your skies will be illuminated again. The way this card is, inner strength, inner power, and I will say releasing control over what isn't currently working. If you're trying to force something to work and you just can't get it to, you can't wrap your head around why this person left you or why this job doesn't treat you better, it might be time to just let go, right? Sometimes letting go is easier than holding on. There's this really great image I saw, and it's someone who's got like a rope wrapped around their hand, and it says the same thing. It's like, by holding on, you're getting rope burn and your hand is bloody and you're just trying to control this thing. By releasing, it's like you're letting go of the pain. You're letting go of the suffering. You're allowing something to like heal and thrive again. That's what the sun is. Healing, rebirth, regrowth, thriving, joy, happiness. You literally got the happy card, right? So if this isn't in your life currently, let's take a look at how we can get it back. Do that internal work, as uncomfortable as it may be. There's huge revelations to be made here. There's huge knowledge that like spirit and source is trying to communicate to my Virgos. Are you listening, right? Take that time to like, again, press pause, unplug from society and you know, spirituality, meditate, whatever that is for you. Unplug and try and connect with something greater than yourself, whatever that is. Excuse me. All right, one more card for my Virgos. I'd be shocked if some of you weren't dealing with a Leo or had Leo in your chart. It's literally the bottom of your deck. I haven't even done this yet, but I'll spread some zodiac signs for it, but Leo's at the very top. Isn't that funny? Courage. You gotta have courage. Wow, all right. So release came out. We had just said that, right? Releasing control over what we can't force. And thought, yeah. Internal thought. Spend some time with yourself. What do you like? What do you not like, right? And why? Understand that. Analyzing the facts that are going to help to set you free. Realize what you've been believing about yourself that simply isn't true, right? You know, you're a damn butterfly, but you're refusing to believe it, right? You're a butterfly, Virgo. We got to get you out of there. I'm such a dork. All right. What am I going to throw on this? Zodiac signs. I like this one a lot. Release. And I will say something about this does give me Emperor vibes. Releasing a difficult relationship with a father. Their truth might not be your truth. And so, if so, why are you still trying to please them? Why are you still trying to live under this realm of, you know, what they say is the word of God, so I have to do it this way, or whether that's a boss, or whether that's an unhealthy or toxic partner in a relationship? Your truth might not be their truth, and vice versa. They're presenting as like the king of fire. You're presenting as like the queen of water. You may have strong Cancer in your chart. In fact, you have 2 cards of Cancer here. Connect with your emotions, your heart space. All right, what zodiac signs want to come out for Virgo? You had a lot come out. All right. So the very first one to fly out was Sagittarius, Aquarius, Gemini. Wow, you have a lot. Capricorn, Pisces, Scorpio. You have these 2 as well. Aquarius again. So there's 2 cards of every zodiac sign. So you have double Aquarius and Leo. There it is. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what resonates for you. And I will see you very soon for more tarot readings. And Happy New Year. Bye.